Imagine that every morning, the moment you open your eyes, you put on a heavy, rusty suit of armor. It weighs 100 kilos. It creaks. It rubs your skin raw. It is hard to breathe in, yet you wear it for years. You sleep in it. You eat in it. You make love in it. You polish it, decorate it with feathers. Compare your armor with the armor of others. If someone scratches it with a nail, you scream in pain as if your living flesh were wounded. This armor is your ego, and the reason for your chronic, all-consuming exhaustion is not your job, not your mortgage, and not your age. The reason is that you are dragging a dead giant around whom you call I. Today we will undertake a dangerous journey. We will try to find the seams of this armor. We will talk about the greatest illusion in human history, the illusion of self-importance. We will analyze why pride is not a sin, but a severe mental illness that distorts reality. And perhaps, by the end of this video, you will be able to unbuckle at least one strap and take a deep breath for the first time in years. Let's start with a simple question. Who is suffering right now? When you are insulted, what exactly hurts? If a brick falls on your foot, the pain is a physical signal of tissue damage. But if someone says you are stupid, unsuccessful, or ugly, no tissues are damaged. The bones are intact. There is no blood. But you feel a burning pain in your chest, heat in your face, a spasm in your stomach. What hurts? A phantom hurts. A mental construct hurts. Your ego is an open wound that occupies your entire consciousness. It demands constant protection. You spend a colossal amount of vital energy, that very prana we spoke of before, on building fortress walls around emptiness. Neuroscientists call this the default mode network of the brain. When you are not busy with a specific task, your brain does not rest. It begins to wander. It tells you a story about yourself. I was underestimated. What did they think of me? I must prove to them. I am better than them. I am worse than them. This is an endless radio that comments on every movement. Ego is a verb, not a noun. It is a process. It is the constant tension of the mind's muscles, trying to keep the image of self intact, and it costs an insane amount. Look at nature. There is no ego in it. The oak does not envy the pine because it is taller. The wolf does not suffer from imposter syndrome. The river does not try to flow faster to impress the banks. Nature is in the flow of being. Man has fallen out of this flow because he has separated himself from the world. We have created a cage out of the words I, mine, me. Pride is not walking with your nose in the air. Pride is the conviction that you are the center of the universe. It is the belief that everything happening in the world happens for you or against you. It is raining. The ego says, "Damn, my picnic is ruined. The weather is against me." But the rain doesn't care about you. It just falls. Traffic jam on the road. The ego screams, "Why are these idiots blocking my way?" But the traffic jam was not created personally for you. You are just one of the drops in this stream of cars. Suffering is born the moment reality does not match your ego's expectations. The ego always wants the world to be different. It always argues with the present moment. And in this argument, it always loses because reality cannot be defeated. The trickiest trap of the ego is the desire to be special. Modern culture pumps us with this drug from childhood. You are unique. You deserve the best. Stand out or die. We build our identity on differences. I am smarter. I am richer. I am more spiritual. Oh yes, the spiritual ego is the most dangerous of all. When a person starts to be proud of their humility, their yoga, their veganism, or their mindfulness, they put golden plates over their rusty armor. They look down on others. They are asleep, and I am awake. It is the same prison, just with a view of the garden. The ego loves to appropriate achievements, but the truth is that you create nothing. Your thoughts are a compilation of books read and phrases heard. Your body is a gift from ancestors. Your talents are a genetic lottery. You are not the author. You are the vessel. As soon as you realize this, the tension disappears. How to dissolve this stone in the chest? How to shed the armor? The practice of humility is not humiliation. The word humility comes from the earth, grounding, or in Russian, smirani, being with peace, esmirom, being at peace with reality. It is a state of total transparency. Imagine you are empty space. If someone throws a stone of insult at you, and you are a wall, ego, the stone will hit and bounce off, causing pain. But if you are emptiness, the stone will fly through you without touching anything. There is no one there to be hit. There is a powerful technique used by Sufis and Zen monks. It is called the art of being nobody. Try for one day not to defend your image. If you are interrupted, let it happen. If you are ignored, enjoy this invisibility. If you are unjustly accused, do not rush to counterattack instantly. Look at this feeling of woundedness like a scientist looks at a reaction in a test tube. Aha, the ego hurts. Interesting. The moment you observe the pain of the ego, you cease to be the ego. You become the observer. Ego death is what we fear most, but it is exactly what we need. It is not physical death. It is the death of the image. Remember the moments when you were truly happy. Remember the moment you watched a sunset in the mountains, or when you were completely absorbed in creativity, or when you laughed with friends until your sides hurt. In those moments, you did not exist. There was only the beauty of the sunset, only the process of drawing, only laughter. There was no thought, how do I look? Am I good enough? You dissolved. You became the process. This is happiness. Happiness is the absence of ego. The burden of ego consists of the past and the future. The ego is a collector of grievances and an architect of anxieties. It drags a sack labeled "my past" to justify why it is so miserable today. And it builds castles in the air labeled "my future," where finally everything will be okay. But life happens only now. Right now, while you are listening to my voice, do you have a problem? Not in memory, not in imagination, but right here, in this second. Most likely, no. You are just sitting. You are just breathing. The problem appears only when the mind turns on and starts saying, "This is not enough. I should be somewhere else." Liberation begins with acknowledging your insignificance. Look at the stars. You see light that has traveled for millions of years. Look at the mountains that stood before humanity appeared and will stand after. On the scale of the universe, your ambitions, your resentments against parents, your fear of failure are less than a speck of dust. This is not a depressing thought. On the contrary, it is the most liberating thought in the world. If you are nothing, then you are everything. When a drop falls into the ocean, it ceases to be a drop, but it becomes the ocean. It gains the power of all waves, all depths. While you hold on to your drop form, you dry out and fear the sun. When you surrender to the ocean, you become immortal. Try a simple practice today. Call it the mirror without reflection. When you look at a tree, be the tree. Forget that there is one who looks. Remove the subject. There is only seeing. When you listen to music, become the hearing. Remove the judgment. This is the dissolution of boundaries. It is there, in this silence, where your personality ends and life begins, lies an infinite source of energy. Ego spends energy. Humility accumulates it. Take off the armor. You don't need it anymore. You have no one to protect, because what you truly are cannot be destroyed. Truth needs no defense. Silence needs no arguments. Be empty, and you will be filled. Be nobody, and you will become the whole world.